When people spoke about luxury cars in the 60s, they probably mentioned things like comfort, plush interiors, and a smooth ride. But what if I told you there was a sedan so fast it could leave sports cars in the dust? Yes, I'm serious. I'm talking about the Mercedes 300 SEL 6.3.
This car was faster than the 911, faster than the BMWs, even faster, I believe, than a few Ferraris, 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds.
So how did this stately limo built for CEOs manage to outpace the Ferraris and Lamborghinis of its time? And how does one car lay the foundation for an entirely new genre we know today? Well, to find out, we have to go back to 1967, when a mad scientist decided to change the world. It's 1967, and the luxury car landscape is a world away from the tire-shredding beasts we know today. In this era, luxury meant comfort, not speed. Take a look at the competition. Rolls-Royce, the pinnacle of automotive luxury, was focused on creating the smoothest, quietest ride possible. Even Mercedes-Benz, known for solid, dependable cars, wasn't exactly setting the world on fire with performance. If you wanted to go fast, you bought a sports car. If you wanted luxury, you bought a sedan. The idea of combining the two was as foreign as putting ketchup on caviar. To put it bluntly, the typical luxury buyer of the time was more interested in the plushness of his seat than how quickly his car could sprint from 0 to 60. But while the rest of the industry was content with the status quo, one Mercedes engineer had other ideas, an idea that would shake the foundations of the industry. It started with one simple question. What if we took the massive 6.3-liter V8 from our flagship 600 limousine and shoehorned it into the more modest W109 sedan body? It was a crazy idea, and it wasn't going to be easy. But one man was willing to put all his efforts into getting it done. That man was Erich Waxenberger, a testing engineer at the time. But Erich's desire to do the unthinkable was about more than just curiosity. In 1966, he was told by a German journalist that he was getting old and building granny cars. Waxenberger grew tired of the strong disapproval from the automotive press, until one day he decided to take action. Against all odds, he managed to stuff the V8 engine into the engine bay of the small W109 model. However, his path to success wasn't a simple one, because Waxenberger told no one about his creation until one evening, as he was testing the car out of hours when Erich was finally caught. He was caught by none other than the CEO, Rudolf Uhlenhaut. Rudolf's reaction, however, wasn't what you might think. As it flew past the window of his office, he immediately demanded to see the source of that intoxicating sound. For Waxenberger, everything hung in the balance. Would his creation be hailed as genius or dismissed as folly? But the reaction of his boss was a shocking one. Uhlenhaut loved it so much that within 2 years, it was officially released at the 1968 Geneva Motor Show. But how would the public react? This was a luxury sedan with the heart of a race car, a combination that had never been seen before. There was no guarantee that there would be any demand for such a car. The automotive world held its breath as the curtains rose. Little did they know, they were about to witness the birth of a legend. As the hood was lifted, gasps echoed through the crowd. There, in the engine bay, sat a 6.3-liter V8 behemoth, ready to pounce. And the numbers were simply mind-bending. 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. In 1968, in a full-size luxury sedan, this was an era when family cars crawled to highway speeds. The 300 SEL 6.3, on the other hand, was a bullet train in a business suit. The press, typically reserved, couldn't help but gush. The greatest sedan in the world, they proclaimed. And who could argue? Here was a car that could sprint with the best sports cars, yet coddle its passengers in leather and wood. This was a quantum leap, a paradigm shift that would echo through the industry for decades. The impact was seismic. Over 6,500 units sold, outpacing its six-cylinder sibling. Mercedes-Benz didn't just create a new car, they birthed a category. The super sedan had arrived, and the automotive world would never be the same. but its impact wasn't done there. Everyone knew that the 300 SEL was a quick car, but that was on the lengthy straights of an Autobahn. Weighing almost 1.8 tons, there's no way it would be suitable for racetracks. But two Mercedes engineers decided, why not try? With a modified engine, suspension, and a weight reduction, the brand new car was ready for the racetracks. But as the race car was taken to Belgium in 1971 for the 24 Hours of Spa, it didn't get the reaction Mercedes would have hoped for. Fans and race drivers couldn't stop laughing when they saw this big sedan that seemed so out of place. But all that laughter quickly turned into astonishment because the Red Pig crossed the finish line in second. It was an overnight rise to stardom for the engineers who built it and their company AMG. 50 years on, and these three letters have since become synonymous with high performance, perfection, and motorsport excellence. So let's ask the question again. Did this Mercedes really invent a whole new genre of cars? The legacy of the 300 SEL reverberates through the automotive world to this day. Want proof? All you need to do is look at cars like the BMW M5. This modern titan with its blistering acceleration and track-ready handling is a fusion of luxury and performance. Even Mercedes' own E63 owes its existence to that unassuming sedan that first proved a family car could be a performance powerhouse. And the examples don't end there. The Tesla Model S is the electric revolution's answer to the super sedan, but it also stands on the shoulders of the 300 SEL. We are now in an era where sedans can outpace supercars while pampering their passengers in opulence. The super sedan remains one of the most popular cars in the world today. Like a visionary architect whose influence spans generations, the 6.3 shaped the future. If Eric Waxenberger didn't think outside the box, the car landscape would be totally different than what it is today. So what do you think? Is there a car more influential on the car industry than the SEL 6.3? You might say a Bugatti Veyron, or maybe even a Land Rover Defender. But over in the US, there was a car which also left its mark on the industry. Click the video to find out.